video is made possible by EA Game Changers. My opinions are my own, and thank you to EA for allowing me to participate in this event. Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with my last super early access video on Snowy Escape. And this time, it's about Create Sim, because you know me, I love my Create Sim, I had to do it. So once again, this is an early version of the pack, it's not final. There's actually here we're about to get to where a couple of the swatches are broken, but those should be fixed in the final version. Yep, there we go, they just went by. So we're going to be going over my opinions on the Create Sim items. It feels weird doing it in this voiceover way, because when I was recording this footage, I had very little time left. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna record all this quickly and then I'll do the voiceover after. So we're starting off with the feminine Create Sim items, and we got the hair, and I love this little bob. I tend to use the long hairstyles more often, but I really love that one, and this one looks pretty cute too, and these pigtails! The pigtails is probably one of my favorite hairstyles in this pack, as well as this hairstyle with the baby hairs. That is pretty cool. I'm glad that they are starting to do baby hairs now. I really love the locks and nifty knitting, and now we got this one, and that hairstyle is pretty cool too. It does remind me a lot of Japanese culture, and there we got a couple of new accessories, new sunglasses, new flower earrings, which I think look really great. And okay, so now we're going down to the clothes. Gonna start off with the full body outfit. So we do have quite a mixture of cold weather wear that makes sense for going down the slopes, and also just like cultural wear related to the Japanese atmosphere of this pack. Overall, I think there is a pretty good mixture between those two styles, and we're actually about to see the Yama-chan costume, the town mascot of the New World. He looks so happy all the time. He's like, hi! Love it. So there we got the kimono there with all sorts of different patterns on it. And there's the school uniform. So I'm pretty sure the teenagers actually wear that one when they go off to school. But that's only if your teenagers happen to live in Mount Komorebi. And the same actually happens for the children as well. And okay, so we've already moved on to the tops. I love that one where it has just like slightly exposed shoulders, but not that much. I think that's quite an interesting style there, and I love those jackets with the different sort of patterns on them. There definitely are some that remind me of actual sportswear in real life that have like the logos all over them. And yeah, they got the puffed vest right there. Interesting texture on it, one that has like the bunny on it. And I think these two, yeah, the last one and this one have pretty good neutral swatches, and I love the ones that remind me of manga too on that jacket. And there we go, I got more jackets, different styles, got some flowers on them. I love that layered shirt as well. That also reminds me a lot of like sportswear, because I mean that fits in pretty well with skateboarding too. Fingers crossed we got skateboarding in the future. That would be pretty rad. And now we're going through the bottoms, and I actually come to a realization at the end where it's like, I think it is the last one where I'm like, whoa, that matches exactly with the top there that I just happened to leave on. Yes, I think I did for a second. It was like, whoa, even though it's sped up now, it's like, whoa, that is quite cool that I ended up discovering that accidentally. But yeah, I would say the pants are pretty good. I did need more snow pants. Oh yeah, there we go, again. And now we go to the shoes. I love those boots, and we got some ski boots as well. But yeah, I think those first pair of boots, I'm gonna throw those into the mixture that I typically wear, like the ones from City Living, and I think there's one from Seasons that I tend to use a lot. There's at least one other I tend to use, and oh yeah, that one as well. I think those ones look really cute with all the swatches. And then we got shoes, and of course, you gotta have the platform sandals. There's also a couple of new body accessories. The first one is more of a Fitbit, I guess. I was like, is this supposed to be a watch, or what's going on here exactly? Looks kind of futuristic, so probably is some sort of smartwatch or Fitbit. And new gloves, thank goodness. I was getting so sick of the ones that we have right now, so I'm glad to have a bit more variety there. But yep, that's it for the adult female Create Sim anyways. We'll get to the children later. But yeah, now here is the adult masculine Create Sim. And yeah, the hairs, they're not the best, I guess. It's kind of hard to really make unique male hairs at this point, considering that we have well over 30 packs for The Sims 4. But I do love the clothing, though, of course, as usual, the males get less. But I do like what's here. Oh man, these swatches on these jackets are really cool. I'm really looking forward to using these in my game again. And yeah, I got some more like Japanese culture wear again. This shirt right here I think is another great example of just reminding me so much of sportswear that I've seen in real life. That triangle logo reminds me a lot of something. The first thing that definitely comes to my mind is the Volcom logo. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we get more of that in the future. Now we're heading over to the pants. I don't really have too much to say about these, but I guess it is nice that we do have more snow pants. That makes sense. It's cold weather wear. I do like the designs on those two pants in the middle row there. And I guess those shorts aren't bad either. But other than that, yeah, not really too much to say about these. Then for the full body outfits, I'm surprised we got an apron this time around. And there we go, we got some more traditional wear too, which I think looks pretty nice. Yeah, I think that outfit will look really great for formal wear, as well as this one. And there we go, now I got some more clothing to wear on the slopes. This one reminds me almost like a lumberjack outfit, but not quite, just with the plaid patterns. And yeah, there's Yama-chan making another appearance there. Also, I gotta say, I love the designs for the last few swatches on that jacket, even though I feel like the texturing is off on this one. But yeah, I do love some of the designs that were put on it. Before we move on to the children, I almost forgot to put this in, but in the free update that is coming just before Snowy Escape, there is a new set of teeth, which we just saw there, and there's also these creases on the face, so that's cool. I was not expecting new Create a Sim items in the upcoming patch, but yep, just another thing worth mentioning. And now we've moved on to the children. So what's really cool about this is, kind of like with Tiny Living stuff, and I think maybe one or two other packs this year, we did get some hairstyles that are not just available for the adults, but for the children as well. And I think in this case, it is all of them in the specific case of the children, minus the ombre versions, which are still locked to the adults. I think the toddlers have one or two less than the children, but that is a really good trend to see here, so I hope they continue doing more of that in the future. And yeah, I love that there's that helmet there with the last watch with the alien and other stuff on it, and that bunny hat that reminds me of Bob's Burgers. And I love the outfits that are available for children as well. I think they did a pretty good job here. And yeah, there we just saw the school uniform that the children use when they go to school while they are living in Mount Komorebi. We have some more cold weather wear that makes sense to wear on the slopes. And there we got a more traditional kimono there. And yeah, there's going to be another jacket and another outfit I guess you could use as more formal wear. Also, for this particular jacket, I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of the swatches because they really remind me of those cups that I would see at birthday parties all the time during the 90s. If you grew up during the 90s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's basically it for the full body outfits for the female children. And I love that jacket too. I'm expecting to use that one quite a lot there. And I love the Simlish logo on it. So we got a layered t-shirt. I love that they actually put in a couple of Void Critter related swatches because I see them as the Pokemon equivalent in The Sims, and Pokemon originated from Japan, so I would assume that Void Critters do as well. So it just makes perfect sense to have Void Critter references in this pack. I know one of the new single beds has a couple of Void Critter swatches, and there was, I believe, an end table that also has a Void Critter swatch or two. But yeah, now we're going to the shoes, so they have some boots as well, slippers. And yeah, I would say overall they're pretty cute. The kids also got a new pair of gloves, which is pretty good considering that they can also participate in the snow sports, though they are restricted to the easier slopes. Moving on to the boys, one interesting thing here is that there's one more hairstyle than what the men have, because that first hairstyle is one that only children and toddlers have. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Usually the adults get more than the kids in every department, but that's not completely true this time. And yeah, I went through those tops pretty fast. Nothing too much to write home about, but they're alright, I guess. But we do have more in the full body category. Got, again, a decent mix of traditional Japanese wear and some cold weather wear. That makes sense for when you're skiing or snowboarding or sledding. And yeah, there really isn't much else to say about that. I do like some of the patterns on these though. Oh yeah, I think I saw the thing that reminds me of those 90s swirly party cups again. Finally, we have the toddler stuff. So for the most part, it is pretty similar to things that we already have for the older age groups, just converted down to their age group. But there are some cute, unique assets as well. I forgot to actually look in the full body outfits for the male toddlers, but I assume they have at least most of the stuff that the feminine toddlers do. And I love that outfit there with the jackets, and that jacket's pretty cute as well. And the swatches on the bag in this one, I love. There's one with Yamachan, there's one with the cow. I had to stop on that one for a second because I'm sure people are going to use that as a hint towards a farming expansion pack being expansion pack 11. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I would definitely not object to that, but I don't think that's really a hint. I think it was just for the sake of cuteness. We also do have 2 new aspirations and 2 new traits with Snowy Escape. So the first one we have is Extreme Sports Enthusiast. This sim wants to explore Mount Komorebi's wilderness and participate in extreme snow sports. So finally we have an aspiration that's in this category other than the bodybuilder that we've had for so long. I do have quite a few athletic sims, so I think this aspiration will see some replay value for me. It does look decently challenging, though this Mount Komorebi sightseer, this sim wants to explore Mount Komorebi's culture and experience everything it has to offer. This aspiration looks super easy. I didn't really make it a point to try and complete the aspirations during my super early access time, but when I was looking at all the objectives, this looks like it could be knocked out in perhaps even a sim day. It just looks ridiculously easy. But then we have the traits, which I think I like a little bit better. Adventurous is these sims seek out new and unique experiences. Pretty vague, and I'm still a bit confused as to what gameplay really surrounds this other than the snow sports. But then with proper, it says, these sims tend to disapprove of other sims' improper behavior, such as mean or mischievous socials, but find themselves happier in formal outfits and have a much easier time with friendly and romantic socials. So I think this is a pretty interesting sounding trait that will make for sims that will hopefully act differently than other sims. And in my experience, yeah, they do act a bit differently, especially when it comes to the feature where you can take your shoes off inside or change the slippers, and if sims don't follow the rules, then that sim will look down upon them. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Overall, I like this Create a Sim a lot. It's not my favorite, but I would say it's at least in the high tier of my favorite packs for Create a Sim. And I love that they changed up the style, because for the last few packs, they focused a lot on cozy, knit, laid-back sort of clothing, but then they've gone in a much different direction this time with a lot of outdoor wear as well as Japanese clothing, so it's a huge breath of fresh air. So it makes me more interested also in seeing what they might do with whatever packs release next year. The traits, I'd say, are fairly decent, though I need more time to play with the Adventurous trait to really see what happens with it. And the aspirations, it's hard for me to really get excited about aspirations at this point, because I just feel like they're not as good overall as they were in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. They could really use some sort of massive overhaul, but I highly doubt that will happen with the game having been out for over 6 years. It would just be too jarring of a change, I think. So hopefully, whatever the next Sims game may be, it will handle aspirations much better, because I don't really like the whole short-term gameplay that aspirations are handled like in The Sims 4. Basically, aspirations are filler content to me now, because then it just makes the expansion packs look emptier if there's no new aspirations at all. And I know we complained for a while about the aspirations and how there weren't really that many being offered with new packs, So at least there are some aspirations now. I just wish they could be a lot better. And with that, that wraps up my super early access coverage on The Sims 4 Snowy Escape. This expansion pack does release on November 13th for all platforms, so it won't be much longer until I'll be making even more content with this pack, including my Let's Play, my environmental ASMR video on Mount Komorebi, and just other stuff that I did not get to cover during this early access period. So I hope you're all looking forward to that, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!